Hello, everybody. Joe Malone here, coming to you live on Dallas Trading Floor. Happy Monday to everybody. Well, it kind of looks like maybe a little bit of a distribution day today. Gosh, man, we were doing so good. But I am buying some stuff today. I bought a little bit of, believe it or not, American Express. This is the first time I've done this in a long time. Bought some American Express. And I've also bought some Diamondback. The oil and gas area is doing good today. And oh, by the way, I want to mention this. Hey, we're over 100,000 followers. Thank you to everybody that has followed me on TikTok and YouTube and all these other platforms. Really, really appreciate it. And wow, we're looking good. Hopefully, we'll be on our way to 500,000, 500,000. That would be fantastic. Um, but for right now, we're just dealing with what we got, and the market's kind of mixed, but there are some bright spots here that we can definitely take a look at. So, just without further ado, let's get into slides here. All right, let's click over there. There we go. So we are, there are some stocks that are doing well today. One of them is AMD. The Dow Jones had a gain. Everybody is, pretty excited, I guess, about the infrastructure. We'll see what happens with that. I'm really a little bit dubious on that, but I definitely think, energy is gaining. AMD is set up very, very nice today. And I have AMD, and I hope that some of you all do. I was buying that basically last week. We'll see how it does. But it definitely is moving in the right area. The chip area is doing good, and AMD seems to finally. I'm hoping it's starting to make a move upwards. But that would be great. The market's in a confirmed uptrend, which is indeed a good thing. So we want to start trying to move back in, out of cash into a more fully invested position. I'm definitely trying to do that. That's for sure. The stock of the day is AMD, and here's the analysis of it. It rebounded very nicely off the 50-day. This is a classic pullback buy, and right now, those kind of buys seem to be doing well. Currently, it's at 106. I'm hoping it will head higher. 105, 106 seems to be a critical level for AMD. I was buying in at about 105. So hopefully, this is a pretty aggressive. This is a pretty aggressive buy point. The actual true buy point is 114, so we're a little bit shy of that. But now might be a good time to kind of start wading into AMD. It's looking very good, and so maybe that might be a place to go in. One of the nice things about this, the chip group is 4 out of 197. Now, the reason I follow this so closely is because this is where the money is moving in the market. So I have Nvidia as well. And there's some other ones good. Monolithic is setting up very well. Don't have Monolithic, but that's looking good as well. So basically, AMD has formed a double bottom, which is a great chart pattern. It's second best, cup with handle being the best. And it's setting up with a 114.59 buy point, but we just had a reversal, so you could start coming into the stock right now at about 106.98. So it's a pretty aggressive buy point, but AMD, and AMD is a tough stock. It's a tough stock, but it's looking pretty darn good. So, that's where we're going on that one. Just wanted to show you other stocks that were near a buy point. Now, I did buy Snap last week, and Snap SNAP. It's basically there is a flat-based entry on Snap at about 80.95. So that's another one that you might want to look at. Again, I was talking a little bit about the monolithic power, MPWR. That is a good one as well. And another one, Atcore. I don't have Atcore, but I am considering it. It is in the semiconductor space as well, and is doing very, very well. ATKR so these are the stocks really that are near a buy point. Just kind of maybe note them down. Snap, Atcore, Monolithic Power. Those ones might work. With Snap, of course, it's an 80.95 entry. With Atcore, ATKR, you're looking at about a 98.10 consolidation buy point. And then with Monolithic Power, MPWR, you're looking at it bouncing up as well. So that one might be a potential buy as well. I just want to kind of show you what I've been buying today. Now, interestingly enough, I bought American Express. I haven't bought American Express in a very, very long time, but it's looking pretty good. The volume's down a little bit, price is up, but it just cleared a very key hurdle, and it does have good leadership. It's up a little bit after hours, just a penny, not a whole lot, but hopefully that one will work out. We have a very nice relative strength line at 87. This is very good for a financial. The composite rating is 89. Now I was in Goldman Sachs. I did sell that. I'm kind of moving. I'm looking at. I want to be in the financials because they've been doing very well, but I've been looking kind of to look to sort of another area. American Express is definitely where I've gone with one full position. I also bought another position, full position, in Diamondback, and Diamondback is just doing great. I bought that earlier this morning. It's just done great today. It's up about 7.46%. And the volume is up too. So this one possibly, you might want to mark this one down. The oil stocks are tough, but this one has a 99 composite rating. So Diamondback Energy, symbol FNAG. And I was in this one basically, and I've been in this one. This is one I bought today and this morning. And it seems to be doing very, very well. It's very strong, and it's moving up very, very nicely, closing essentially at the top of its range. So that's looking good as well. Here's my portfolio allocation in the small portfolio. I have Macy's, which, believe it or not, is doing very well. I'm always amazed at this. Snap, and then I have American Express, Diamondback Energy, Salesforce CRM, and Palantir. Now, I also have other things in some of my other portfolios as well, but this is the small portfolio, and basically we're pretty good allocated here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full positions and basically a little bit of cash. So we probably will be adding one more full position in this in the coming week. So this is the small portfolio, and of course, if you are on our list at www.dallastradingfloor.com, then you can definitely get an access to that. But if you go to www.dallastradingfloor.com and get on our action trade alerts, we do send out all kinds of trade alerts throughout the week. Now, we are going to be probably publishing the ready list, and that will probably go out tonight. So hopefully, if you're on the action trade alerts, you'll be able to see that. Okay, so basically here is all of the stocks that I have currently, and this includes the ones that are in the small portfolio as well. And so this is currently all of the stocks that I have, and current holdings. American Express, it's up today. Diamondback, of course, we talked about that. That's up very nicely. Macy's is up about 2%. Then Palantir down a little bit, but I really like Palantir. Salesforce took a dump. I don't know why that's the case, but I do have it. I bought it last week. Maybe I regret. I don't know, but it's down. It's down about 1.88%. I'm going to check my stop loss on this one. Because I might have to tighten that up a little bit. Of course, I bought Snap last week. This one has also been a very good performer for me. This is Star Bulk Carriers. It's up 2.84% today. Not a very expensive stock, $23.39 on that. And then, of course, Dorchester Minerals. This is a very big stock in the sort of in the natural gas area, and I do expect we're going to have some interesting action in the natural gas coming this winter. It does look like we're going to have a shortage, and Dorchester is very well positioned in that area. Also, Nvidia, that's down a little bit today. Yeah, a little disappointing. I want to see it move about 220, but I'm not concerned. I'm not just going to sell it, obviously. It seems to be it's one of the big stocks, and I think it's going to be. I still have a lot of faith in it. I have it in two of my portfolios. It just we'll see what happens there. Also, with current holdings, I have Robert Half. It's up today. That's the staffing firm. Top Build, believe it or not, that's up too. AMD, of course, we talked about that a little bit. PerkinElmer, kind of a disappointment today, down about $5 or about 3.17%. I'm going to have to look at that one. the medical and the life sciences haven't been doing as well. I do have Visa as well in the sort of the financial area. American Express and Visa. This is down a little bit. The XLE, this is the energy select sector. See, I'm weighting more towards a lot of the energy. That's up today again too. So, that's kind of where I've been looking. And then of course the QQQ. I do have the QQQ in one of my accounts. It's down about 68 cents. So that kind of gives you an idea of sort of how I'm shaped up in the accounts as we speak. So let's get into some of the let's oops, that's the wrong one. Let's get into some of uh, the uh, the trades here today. And thanks for everybody for waiting. So appreciate it. All right, let's look at Ford. That comes from Sarfawaz, and does it look like a reversal? Good question. Let's see if I can go into that and get an idea to see kind of what that looks like. Just bringing my charts up here. Just have them up in here in a second. And there you go. Good deal. All right, Ford. It's funny. I was in Ford. I was trying to make it work, and for some reason it just didn't work for me. But let's see if we have a reversal. We might. I mean, this. I'm looking at the chart right now, and let's see if we can. Let's see if we have a reversal. Yeah, they definitely have a reversal. That's the reversal line right there. Well, let's zoom in on it. I definitely think we do have a reversal on it. Now let's see if we can move in there a little bit. Okay, just zooming in on the chart a little bit. Yeah, take a little bit more. Maybe one more. There we go. Good deal. And maybe I could. Yeah. There. Okay, so there we go. And that's looking a little bit easier to see on the screen. A little bit easier to see. So let's blow that up. That chart up there a little bit. Basically, what's happened? Yeah, we definitely have a reversal. The reversal occurred basically one, two. Let's see, Friday, Thursday. It basically happened on Wednesday of last week. So we definitely have a reversal here. So this is not necessarily a bad time to be into the stock. It's going to be probably pretty smooth sailing up until the top of this top of this consolidation. The consolidation is about 16 is right about 1645 here. So it definitely looks like it's making a move. Now, part of the thing I think this is moving in sympathy with is Tesla, and I do have a spread on Tesla. Let's look at that. That's a very good. That's an excellent checklist for Ford. The only thing we're missing here with Ford is the earnings per share. Let's kind of take a look to see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to see on these earnings per share. Yeah, sales were up. Boy, look at that. Sales were up 38% last quarter. Profits were up too. We've got nice cash flow. God, this is a lot of cash flow considering it's a $14 stock. This might just be a good dividend play. Any way you look at it. Look at that PE. God, that's a low PE, 7 on that. So, gosh, just on dividends, I mean, gosh, this might be a good dividend play. I don't know if it, yeah, this is looking very good actually. This is nice consolidation, base on base. So you know what? I think you could start buying. I definitely think you could start buying at this level. Actually, this is interesting. So Ford looks good at this level. Um, Maybe so. Really, interestingly enough, and I haven't been in Ford for a while. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Um, Ford basically looks very good at this level. It's a base on base. I think this is looking very, very good. Matter of fact, I'm going to note that down because that looks very, very promising. Mark that down. forward, and yeah, and that's definitely good. So I definitely think you could do. Yeah, definitely think you could do a quarter or a half position here. I really think that. You're far enough away from the earnings. That's good. 30 days. So this is looking very good. We have some nice increasing volume there. I like that. So yeah, I definitely think that this might be. Yeah, I think this might be a good place to enter the trade. So thank you for that. Really, really appreciate it. All right. So let's look at EMTG. ENTG. Right. Okay. Yeah, this is also really good. This is also looking very promising as well. Very nice pattern. We're right in the buy zone. Let's see if we can go back to the daily charts to find an entry here. Well, we're in the buy zone. We didn't quite get some support at the 10-day line. It's pulling back a little bit. So yeah, this is a long handle here. What could we do here? Well, and it looks like it's close to the bottom of its at the bottom of its range today. Not up and after hours. Here's what I would do. Um, Here's what I would do. I would set a alert at the 10-day line, because if this thing reverses and moves above the 10-day line, we probably want to do a buy stop limit. So let's look. Boy, this is a good checklist. 100% on that checklist, and we've got base on base. That's excellent. Let's look at the weekly chart. I just want to look at. I kind of want to do a little bit of fundamental analysis here. Okay, let's see. See if I could bring that up. Okay, yeah, this is looking very good. Look at that, 21%, 24%, 27%. Anytime you see a stock that's sales are moving up 20% a quarter, that's one you want to look at. So that is passed on that. So that's looking very, very good. Now, here's what I would do. I wouldn't buy this one directly today. What I'm going to do is I want to look to see where the 10-day line is. And the 10-day line currently is at 131.20. It's 131.20, and it's right now it's 0.7% below that. So here's what I would do. I would set an alert at 121.70, and I want to see this moves above the 10-day line. Okay, and that's kind of where I want to put something there, because if it moves, oops, that's not right. Let's edit that. It's not 121, it's 131. Excuse me. So if it moves above that 10-day line there, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. That's kind of where you would want to buy it. Yeah, yeah, there we go. So it's moved in. Let's see if I can. There we go. All right. So I'm going to zoom in. This little, oops, yeah, it's zooming in more, which is good. All right. You can see this pink line here. All right. And you can see that it's pulled below that. You can see that little wick there. It's up. What you want to do is you want to buy it right as it moves above that 10-day line. So here's what I would recommend on to buy this properly. I would set a buy stop limit order on this, because I do think that would work very well with this one. So here's what I would do. Set a buy stop limit order for the stop equal to where it is at the 10-day line, and of course that's 131.70, and the limit would equal 131.80, and that it's 131.80. There we go. 131.70. Okay, so here's what I would do this one. I wouldn't buy it directly right now. I would set a buy stop limit order, and this is NRGS. And this is definitely very viable. This is Energous, ENTER GRIS. The symbol on this one, of course, ENTG. And the way you can buy this one is to buy it with a buy stop limit order. And the buy stop limit order, of course, would be for the stop would be 131.70, and then the limit 131.80. Now, how does that work? Well, the way the buy stop limit works is if if the stock moves above 131.70, and of course that is the 10-day line, then immediately it offers to buy that for 131.80, just 10 cents above that. So this is a way, if it's reversing above that 10-day line, that's how you can buy it, and you can buy it properly. So this is an automatic way that you can buy this. Not very, very nice stock. This is a very, very nice stock, and it has some very good fundamentals on it. ENTG, and basically it's in electronic semiconductor equipment, 55 out of 197 in terms of where it's at. So this is a very good stock. You could definitely buy this on a buy stop. I know I'd recommend a buy stop limit order. So that would be a very good way to buy it. Well, thank you for that. That's a great stock, and I definitely think that one's viable too. So very, very nice. Let's look at United Airlines, and of course the airline stocks I'm a little bit more dubious on, just because the airline stocks, it's still, I know that we're getting back to where we were, but it's just still difficult in the airline sector. It just is difficult in the airline sector right now to get to make money, and that's the big issue that we have with airline stocks, is that they just are not. But it is coming up, and I mean, this is definitely, we can definitely take a look and see. We do have a reversal, so let's start with drawing the reversal line. I'm going to put the reversal line in. And let's put that in there. Okay. So here's the thing. Here's the thing with United Airlines. This is the reversal line, and the way I drew the reversal line is that this was the This is the top, and then this is the intermediate top. So the direction currently of United Airlines is down. Okay. Even though it is gaining relative strength here, it is still not time to buy it. It's still just above. It's just moving above that 200-day line. So we want to be very careful with that. We want to have it move above this reversal line, and that reversal line basically is right at about 54.25 is where that is. So right now it's not ready to buy. So here's the thing I would say with this, and let's look at the weekly chart too to make sure that I'm not completely all wet. Yeah. Definitely speaking here, we definitely had a very nice increase in sales, but we still have lot of red ink there, and we're still losing money. Boy, you know what? I think it's tough to be in. I think it's tough to be in it at that price. So, I would be super careful with this one. I don't think the checklist is as good as it needs to be. It's not bad, but it's not great. So here's the thing. I just don't think this is ready to buy right now. I think what we got to do with this one is, is really just wait for the reversal. And watch list this one right now. I would be a little bit careful about buying at this level. I mean, you definitely can buy it at this level, but I just think you need to wait for that reversal. And when there's a reversal, then we can possibly get back into it. But the reversal really is not really until it's at about 54.25. So it really has to move above. It has to move above there. It has to change direction. I mean, it's not it's not necessarily a bad one, but right now I think you got to be careful with this one. So my suggestion on this one is don't buy this one right now. Wait for the reversal on this one and see how it's going to trade. So that's kind of my take on UAL. on UAL right now. So that's how I would play it. All right, let's see if I have some questions from TikTok. Thank you very much for making 100,000. That's really really good. Okay, so we want to look at IVC. Let's look at IVC. And that's IVC. Oops. IVC. Right. Interesting. So this is sort of more of a penny stock. No, I would not recommend this one. I would not recommend this one, IVC. I don't think this one really. I don't think this one really is the right play right now, just because it is in a downward trend. So I'm not liking that. So here's the thing with IVC. I think you need to avoid this one, just based on the chart. So I think you need to avoid uh, IVC. I think you need to avoid it, and that's really the long and the short. I think you really need to avoid this one. This is not the kind of chart that you want to buy. Just not working very well. So as you can see, it's below it's trading below the 200-day line. That's not good. It did have a little bit of a uptick on sales, but I think you got to avoid IVC. So I'm sorry about that. IVC, avoid that one. That's watch list. I'm just making a note of all the stocks that we're going, all the charts that we're moving through right now. Okay, let's take another question. Thank you very, very much. Okay, let's see. Jim, can you include any distribution days occurred? Oh, absolutely. Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I need to do that. I definitely will. Thank you very much. If we have a distribution day, what I will do is next time I will update that. I will update that for you on the daily videos. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm going to put distribution. All right. On daily video. Thank you. Yeah, that's a great suggestion. I definitely will do that. I definitely will do it. Thank you very, very much for that. All right, let's look at fuel cell. FCEL. FCEL. Let's look at it. Fuel cell. All right, coming back here. Boy, I tell you, the charts have not been the chart gods have not been very very kind to fuel cell. I wish it were better. I wish I had better news for you here. This just doesn't look good. If you're down more than and I hate to say this because this is painful. I know because I've been there. It sort of has reversed. I'm drawing the reversal line here, but here's the thing. Here's the thing with a reversal line like that. It's still trading below the 200-day moving average, and I just can't buy it. So I just think if you're down more than 7% on this one, you know, okay, down more than 7%. If you're down more than 7% on this one, I just think you got to sell it. I know this is painful. I hate doing this too. I really do. But if you're down, if you are down more than 7%, consider selling. No. And that's always tough. But if you're down more than 7% on this one, just consider selling because it doesn't. This is not a good chart. It's just not working. I think it did last year. It moved right up here to 29, and then it just fell off the face of the earth. So this does not look like a good chart. I think you gotta consider selling it. And boy, that's always the tough thing to do. That's always the tough thing to do. So if you're down more than one of these days, I'll get this right. If you're down more than 7%, um, if you're down more than 7% on this one, just consider selling it, because it's easier to find one that's in a better. It's easier to find a stock that is doing better than this one. And this one did great last year, but right now I just think you got to consider selling it. So that would be my advice. For what it's worth, is consider selling FCell. So FCell is probably a sell. Uh, I would sell this one. I would definitely sell this one. All right. So let's look. Another question on TikTok. Oh, can you check Zim? This is an interesting one. Shipping stocks have been doing very, very well, as you know. I had Matson. I sold it at a profit, and I bought Starbulk. But Zim has been doing all kinds of stuff. Just kind of want to go to the daily here and give you a look-see on that. Let's go to the Zim chart. And basically, let's kind of zoom in a little bit. There we go. Okay, it's sort of been, it went through this consolidation. There we go. Zooming in on there. There we go. Okay. So one more, and I probably will be. So we had this cup with handle, this base pattern, came out of the base pattern very strong, but now it seems to have resistance, and the resistance is right about here at about 62. It's pulled back. It looks like it may get some support at the 21-day line, which, I wouldn't probably recommend buying off the 21-day line. Let's see how it consolidates a little, but it does appear like we might get a bounce off this one. So let's kind of look at the. It's still looking very good. 8 out of 9. It's in a great group. Boy, but let's see if we can find something that might work better than Zim. I think right now, instead of Zim, you might want to look at Starbulk. This is one I bought, SBLK, and I like this one a little bit better. I like the action on this one a little bit better. We came through this cup. We came down to the 21-day line. I bought a full position basically on the 24th. It's Friday at 22.54. We're up at 23.38. So this one is looking a little stronger. It's got a little bit stronger RS line, and we've got some very, very good accumulation going on here. So this one, instead of Zim, you might want to look at this one. Let's kind of look at the industry and see, and kind of see what we've got going on with the industry. The industry rank is number 5, which is excellent, my friend. Excellent, excellent. I just want to look at the stocks that are in that industry, though. That's the key. Let's kind of look and see what we've got. Now, the one I'm kind of recommending here is Starbulk Carriers. All right, and also some of the other ones that are looking good. We have a lot of them in here. So let's kind of do a look-see at see kind of what Matson is still at the top. I've sold Matson. That one might be also, and Zim. So these are all quite good, actually, on Dano. So, you could buy Zim, but I think that you might be better off with Matson. Let's see. Let me just take a check on Matson to see if that's viable. Boy, you know what? I think that Matson might be the one. I did sell my Matson shares, but this one might work as well. This one's a U.S. based, and I still think this one is very strong. It's up 2.3% today. So this is one you might want to look at as opposed to Zim. Here's the thing about Zim. Zim leases all of its ship, whereas I believe that Matson owns its ship. So that might be a little bit stronger. So you might want to look at Matson, MATX, or Starbulk Carriers, SBLK. Now, I just be for full disclosure, I do own Starbulk, and it seems to be doing well. So Zim is kind of it's a great stock, but it's out of position. Probably more of a watch list on that right now. That's how I would look at it. That's how I look at it. have another very interesting question from TikTok, and that is on Bill.com. This one has been just doing fabulously. So let's kind of look in on Bill.com. BLL is the symbol, of course, on that. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, it's Ball. Excuse me, Ball. Is that Ball or Bill? No, it's Ball. Okay. So Ball Corp. This one is essentially a this company also has a lot of business in the aerospace, but it is primarily a packaging company, believe it or not. It's a food, beverage packaging, and also aerospace products. Kind of interesting mix. It doesn't look as strong as I would like to see it. I don't think it's necessarily a buy, but let's take a look. Yeah, well, the checklist is very strong. The industry, it's 100 out of 197, so it's decent. The fund ownership, we do have some mid cap that have bought it. Would I buy it at this point? Well, I still think it's got to test the 21 the 40-day line, and it has crossed above it. So that is a bullish symbol, right? That is a bullish pattern right there. The 40-day moving above the 21-day line. So here's the thing. I'm kind of mixed on this area, to be honest with you, but I definitely think, I wouldn't buy it in a downward trend. I'd wait for it to have an uptrend. But with this one, what I would do is, it's possibly a buy, but possibly a buy, but wait for an uptrend. So currently the stock is trending lower. So you don't want to buy it as it's trending up, as it's trending lower. But it looks like we may get a bounce off the 40-day line. So I'm kind of mixed on Ball Corp, but I would basically wait for the uptrend on this one, BLL. So that's basically what I would do with Ball Corp. It's an interesting company. That's funny because I know it from the past. Interestingly enough. Okay, fuel cell. Let's look at on Ford, SAVA. Let's look at SAVA. This is a biotech, of course. Let's look at SAVA. And this coming up here, Casanova Sciences. And I did have, we tested this is my entry point here initially for Casanova, but it looks like it's like seeing some nice action. It's definitely bounced off the 50-day line. That's not a bad play. That's not bad. It's not bad action actually. The checklist is a little bit not quite as good as I would like it. So would I buy this one here? I don't know. If I was in it, I would hold it definitely. But would I buy this one? I don't know. I think I still want to wait on this to see if it moves above the 40-day line. So what I would recommend on this one is to wait until it moves above the 40-day line at I have to see exactly what price that is. Yeah, about 80.92. So here's what I would recommend with this one. It's a good stock, but I wouldn't buy it yet. I don't think it's ready because it has to come out of that base. Oops, it has to come out of that base. So I'd wait until it moves above the 40-day line, and the 40-day line is right here. It's this red line here. I want to see it. I want to see it get more strength. I want to see it come above that, about 82.92. That's kind of where I want to see it. So if it can continue on this trend, I think that would work as well. But I want to see it come above that 40-day line. That's really critical for me to see that. But it's got a relative strength of 99. That's excellent. And let's kind of look at the fundamental analysis on this one. Because fundamentals do count. I mean, I'm mostly a technical trader, but when I'm buying, I'm always looking both for the fundamentals and for the technicals, and this is the fundamentals. So right now, there are really no sales and there are no profits. So this is highly speculative. The cash flow in this one is minus 19. You might be able to make some very good money on this one, but I would be careful just because this is much more speculative. So what I would possibly try to look at is an ETF called the BIB, which covers this area, and that is pulled back a little bit. So here's the thing: I would just be a little bit careful. I would be a little bit more careful on this one, as I think that it's just not. It's just I think I'd be more careful on this one. This is a tough area. Okay, so let's look at Tesla first. Let's look at AMD first, because I own AMD and it made a very, very nice move, and I want to kind of show you that. And I bought it as it's moved, as it moved above. Yeah, there we go. I bought basically a full position on the 24th, and I bought it basically at 105. So I bought it right. It's at 108 now. This was the key reversal here. I'm going to put that. I'm going to make that notation because I didn't put the pointer in, but basically on Friday I bought AMD and I bought it. Oops. It helps if you get it right, doesn't it? Okay, I bought AMD basically right about there, right at that reversal line. Okay, there we go. Great. Okay, there we go. I bought it right at that reversal line, and it pulled back a little bit, but there's a lot of power here. Look at this, a lot of power, and it reversed higher. So this is looking very good. I mean, this is looking now. We have changed direction. So the thing I would say about AMD right now is, AMD, AMD has moved to an uptrend, but it is still early to buy, as the correct buy point is equal to 122.49. There we go. So basically what's going on there is, AMD is it has moved to an uptrend. So that is a very, very good thing. I bought it on Friday at 105.95. Currently it closed at 108, so but I do have a little bit of concern here. And that is this it has good volume, but it's less than it should be. I think it should have more volume. So we will see. So this is, you don't want to go in necessarily. I purchased a full position here, probably a little. I like the stock a lot. I purchased a full position. It definitely has reversed. I'm gonna put that, reactivate the reversal line. It's definitely reversed, as you can see, and it's going to probably move up higher to this buy point. But I don't think necessarily you want necessarily buy a full position here. I did just because I like the stock, but it has reversed higher. So I definitely think that AMD is looking very good actually. It's got a 100% checklist, which we like. So I would say that right now, you could start moving. Right now you could start moving into AMD. So right now you can start moving into AMD. I wouldn't go in with a full position like I did. So it's do as I say, not as I do, right? That's hypocritical. But yeah, but I did go in. I do like the stock a lot. But I do think you can start moving into AMD. I really believe you can at this level. This is a good level to consider moving into AMD because it's past that reversal line. Again, I was buying on Friday. It's up nicely today. That was you could kind of tell that was going to happen. We have this RS rating line. It's up. It's by the way, it's IBD's stock of the day today. Not that surprising. So I think you could definitely go into it at this level. So with AMD, I think you're good to go. Now with Tesla, I do have a spread on Tesla. So let's take a look there. I'm gonna pull up that spread. I'm gonna pull up that spread here a little bit. So let me go to the. So I want to kind of look in and see how that spread trade is doing. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to the slide deck, and I make up the slide deck so that I can track the progress of it. This is a bull calendar spread, and I definitely want to check this one because I may be closing this. We will see. But basically, let's go and check it out. So with Tesla, so let's go to the screen here. Let's go over to Tesla, and there we go. Tesla. Okay, it moved past that reversal. Boy, it's up 191. This is looking this is looking very good. This is looking very good. So let's take a look at how our spread trade's doing. All right, put it on that. And okay, so this is at the close. And boy, this is looking very strong. I think we might have a situation where we might want to be moving into Tesla right now because it's acting very, very good. Now I'm going to basically change this on Friday. Tesla was 774, but today we've moved to let's put in the new let's upload the new price here that we just took just a second ago. Let's see if I can. Oops, that's the okay. I got a lot of stuff in here, so there we go. Okay, so this is the price. This is the Tesla's price today. It closed at 791. So this is when we open the trade. This is on the 21st. Today it's the 27th. So we're going to move this up to the very top because guess what? We've actually exceeded. So the fair value of that should be about $295. Now, we're probably going to hold this, you see, because hopefully, actually, I kind of ran out of space, but it looks like we're going to make all the money on this Tesla trade. So I'm very bullish on this right now. As you can see, we started here, we got on there. This is a spread trade, by the way. This is the trade that I did on it that I put out to everybody. This is we bought the 780 call and we sold that was the 22nd 780 call and we sold the October 8th 780 call. So this basically it was about $903 out of the pocket, and the maximum return on this was about $13.59. Probably going to be holding on for that. It's looking very good, like that actually might happen, which would be a good thing. So I'm gonna hold on for that one. So so now let's go back to the the charts. All right, there we go. So with Tesla, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove some of this gobbledygook. Oh, goodness gracious. I sometimes I put it on the wrong one. Okay, there we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take off my annotations here and let's kind of look at this action to see if this is a good time to buy Tesla. And let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna see. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Yeah, so we're getting up there. All right, we're kind of hopefully this will be easier to see on the screen. There we go. All right. So as you can see, we've moved past this reversal line. So we're definitely in an uptrend on this stock, no question. This dotted line here is the consolidation. As you can see, we moved it past this very critical, interestingly enough, 264. So we're looking very, very good. Now the question is, can you buy this? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the thing: we're pretty far extended above the 10-day line. Okay, so we got to be careful about that because I do believe we're going to see an action like this. It's going to move up and then it's going to pull back to this 10-day line. So here's what I would do. I would not buy this at this level. This is too high of a this is too high a level. But what I would consider doing is setting a limit order on this one because I do think this is worthwhile. I think this is worthwhile buying. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you. Okay, there we go. Basically, we want to buy it right about here, right at this 10-day line. So I'm trying to get that's. I think I have to zoom out here a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we're going to zoom out a little bit. So where you want to buy it is at this 10-day line, this pink line here. So I want to set. First of all, I want to set a an alert right at that line. So first of all, we got to find out where it is. Well, the 10-day line is right about 754. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a line at 754, and then that is going to be the limit order, not a buy stop limit, but this is a limit order. This would be a limit. This would be a buy limit. So here's how I would handle here's how I would handle this. Um, you know, we definitely want to buy it as close. We want it. It's going to probably pull back, so we have to be kind of careful in that. So we want to wait for the pullback. Wait for the pullback to the 10-day line at and the 10-day line currently for Tesla is right at 754. So we don't really want to buy it right now. We want to wait until we get this pullback to this 10-day line, which I do believe we're going to get. Now I've put an alert there so that this will alert me when this happens. So I'm going to edit that alert quickly. There. Hopefully I can get an edit. Yeah, there we go. So this is has pulled back to the 10-day line. Consider buying. All right, so that's kind of the deal here. If it pulls back to that 10-day line, we might want to consider buying it. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to get all the way to there, but it looks as if that's what's going to happen. Now, I want to do a checkup on it. Boy, that's looking really, really good. 8 out of 9, so that's looking very strong. So I think that maybe Tesla has awoke from its slumber, and we might be seeing a time when we can get back into it. So this is what I would recommend on this one. Let's wait until it pulls back to that 10-day line, and then we can possibly get into it. So it's looking very, very, very good. All right. Okay. Question on Pfizer and Moderna. Fizzy is what they call it. FZR, I think it is. FCE. So PZE, I think that's Pfizer, right? No. FZR, is that it? FZ. Oh goodness, I can't remember what I can't remember the. I was trading it. I haven't been trading it. Moderna may be a little extended. Just looking up that Pfizer symbol here right now. So there we go. PFE. Boy, why can't I get that right? PFE. So that's the Pfizer. That's the Pfizer symbol. Okay. Currently, Pfizer, believe it or not, you would think with all this stuff they would be making money hand over fist. I guess they are, but they are in a downward trend. At least for right now. So it's in a downward trend, and that's amazing because you would think it wouldn't be. But I'm afraid this is not being acquired. So I just think you're going to have to wait until this comes back closer to the buy zone. So here's my thing on that. With Pfizer, I think you just got to wait until it finishes pulling back. Boy, that's interesting. Wait until it um, it finishes pullback to about 41. So, boy, that's kind of weird. But basically, yeah, you have to wait until it finishes its pullback. Currently, Pfizer is in a downward trend, so you can't. It's just not time. It's just not time to buy it. It's in a downward trend, and so it's just not the time to buy it. So I would not buy that one. I would not buy Pfizer. Can you believe that? I wouldn't buy Pfizer. You would think I would, but based on the technicals, I wouldn't say it. Let's look at Moderna, mRNA. Of course, it's the symbol for that, and that one is still kind of consolidating. There's a lot of hype on this one, of course, for good reason. And it looks like it's pulled down today. Yeah, it's very significant. Look at that. We definitely have a lot of sellers here. So it still has a relative strength of 99. The question is, can it hold this level? I suspect it's going to bounce. So I suspect this one is going to bounce higher. But would I buy it right now? Well, I don't know if I would do this. Yeah, it's a pretty good checklist. Their profits have got to be off the charts, and they are. But that's interesting. Yeah, look at that. Look at the sales are 999. That's fantastic. So out of the two, um, out of the two, Pfizer, Moderna is the better one. But still, so out of the two, mRNA is better technically than um, uh, than than PFE. Wow, we would have thought. Um, so so basically, yeah. I mean, out of these two, Moderna is better. Than golly, I need to learn how to spell here, or at least type better. So really, out of the two, Moderna is better. But the question is, can you buy Moderna? So here's the thing I would think. Here's the thing I would think on Moderna. I think you just have to wait for wait for the bounce. Buy Moderna, mRNA. So that's kind of my take. We got to wait for that bounce off the 21-day line. You definitely have to wait for that bounce of that 21-day line, or possibly it's going to test the 40-day line. So here's the thing on Moderna. I can't recommend buying. It's not a buy now. You got to kind of watch list this one. So my advice for Moderna is MR PFE watch list. mRNA, wait for a reversal higher. So that's kind of my take on it. For PFE, I think you want to watch list this one, and for Moderna, wait for that reversal higher. So, um, you know, hopefully that will work. But it's surprising. You think they would be better, but it isn't. All right, let's take a look at Google. Let me just write these down here too. We've got mRNA and we've got PFE. Let's look at Google. Always a good one. GOOG. And by the way, there's another company that has GOGL. Don't buy that one. GOOG. It's the one you want. That's Alphabet. Yeah, there we go. Question is, what's going on with it? Well, right now, we've tested that we've tested, which is good. We've tested the 40-day line, so that's good. We're above the 200, but we're still extended. So here's the thing about this. Um, with you, here's the thing about this one. We've got to wait for the we have to kind of wait on this one again. Right now, right now Google is extended. So right now GOG is extended, and and it so we have to wait for a base pattern to form before. Okay, so so right now Google basically is extended, and what I mean by extended, well, what I mean by extended is that this was the last buy point was right here at 24.52. Now it's way above that, as you can see, and it's testing the 40-day line. So if we were to buy it here, this is not an optimal buy point, and the reason it's not is because it's starting to form another base pattern. So and that's why it tested here. So it's going to probably form another base pattern, probably a cup or a cup with handle, and then it will probably move higher. But we don't want to buy it until it's ready to move higher. And right now, the way this chart is looking is that it's still a good stock. I'm not saying it's not, but it's just not in a base pattern. So right now we just have to wait on it, and it's tough. It's tough to wait on a stock like that, because you would think it would be more ready to go. Okay, well, let's see. I didn't get to everybody. Let's see. Let's get to one. Let's talk about Palantir because it did pull back today. Let's talk a little bit about Palantir, PLTR, and see. We're still kind of in consolidating above the buy point. The buy point basically is right here. The buy point on a cup with handle is the 25.94. It's still buyable. It did break out. It's still buyable. It's pulled back to that 10-day line. That's actually excellent action, by the way. That's actually very, very good action. So let's zoom in a little bit on that, kind of take a look. And I have a very large position in Palantir, and I hope I don't regret that. Hopefully I don't regret having a large position, but I want to kind of show you the action on that. Basically, this is the reversal line here. We did have this cup with handle base, 25.94 being the buy point. That's right here, and then it's moved above that, but then it's testing that 10-day line. There was a test of the 10-day line here, so very, very likely we may get ready. It may move higher. What I would consider, if you want to go in, if you're not already in Palantir, wait for this to reverse and bounce off the 10-day line. I think it's going to probably move higher. So it's setting up very, very nicely. Let's take a look at the checklist. 78%, which is very good on that. So here's the thing: could you buy it at this level? Absolutely, you could buy at this level. But I want to wait until it's in a confirmed uptrend. So here's what I would do with Palantir. I would obviously we can't buy it today, but Palantir, PLTR, is at the top of the buy zone, right at the 10-day line. So it is possibly viable here. It is possibly viable here. It's not extended, and that's a good thing. So So basically, Palantir is at the top of the buy zone. This is that little blue shading here. It's top of the buy zone, and it's pulled back to the 10-day line. And if it reverses off this 10-day line, which I think it will, then it's possibly a buy. So thank you very much for that. Thank you very, very much for that question. I guess we're at the end of the time today. We used up all the time today. But if you're interested in learning more about the system that I use, it's a CanSlim system. It's super easy to do. You can buy the book off the website as at www.dallas.for, and you can also sign up for the Action Trade Alerts. So we're at www.dallas.trading.for, and it's available at that site. Let's see, is that right? There we go. So basically, yeah, at www.dallas.trading.for, we have the William O'Neill book available. I highly recommend it. It's how it changed my life, actually. That's always good when things change. When things change your life, it changed my life and it allowed me to become a much better trader. So I definitely recommend it. Now it's easy to buy. You can buy it off of Amazon, but if you don't, if you just want to get it, if you just want to get it directly, it's super easy. It's super easy to do. Just go to DallasTradingFloor.com, and when you see that, it'll look something like this. There we go. So if you go to DallasTradingFloor.com, it looks something like this. If you want to get on the Action Trailer, it's super easy. You just need your first and last name, and just subscribe there. Also, you can take a look at our calendar spread. This is doing extremely well. This may be a little bit too late to enter because this has just gone crazy. This was the calendar spread on Tesla, just doing great. And also, if you want to sign up for our special Discord service, just punch that there. We also have a very nice bear spread on 3M. We've closed that one, so I've got to update that a little bit. We did make a profit on that one too, so that's looking good. But if you're interested in looking at the book to learn how I'm trading, it's basically this book right here, and it's available right off the site. It's called How to Make Money in Stocks and Winning System, Good Times or Bad, and this is the book here. It's basically $19 from Amazon. Very worth your time in doing that. And also, we will be back tomorrow at 3:30, and to answer all your questions. Thank you everybody for taking a look today. To sign up for the Action Trailer, it's super easy. Just go to www.dallas.trading.floor. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time, and with all your stock questions, and hopefully answer some of them that you have. And happy trading, everybody. We're in a confirmed uptrend. We want to move out of cash into the market. I know that sounds strange, but that's what the technicals are saying. So we want to move out into a more fully invested position, and that's what I'm doing. So see you tomorrow at 3:30. Happy trading.